Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please turn on the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Let's get into it. What we're going to talk about, we talk about celebrity news, celebrity gossip, what's going on IG and Google, fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And thank you for your love and support.
So don't forget to comment. The best way to support the channel for free is to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get to it. The K's and the J's show. What can I say? Oh, mercy me. I'm so shocked that they're even on TV. Okay. The first scene, it's Chris and Scott come in. She asks what he wants. He's basically saying some chamomile tea, some lemon, She goes to talk to the chef, and the chef then makes it. So maybe the chef may be helping the whole family. Who knows? Because for some odd reason, Kim act like she doing everything by herself. So it's nice that, Chris has the chef. And maybe, like I said, maybe the chef is making meals for the whole family. That way they don't have to do it. They can only focus on pictures and their businesses and whatever they got going on. So they're talking. Her favorite moment, allegedly, is when Mason was born. We get that. Mason, cutie, Courtney, cutie. Any scenes Courtney got, she gonna give it. So that's probably why they're frustrated that Courtney probably don't want to be with them anymore. She just wants to tape on her own. So there's that. So Chris loves that Scott comes to her because it's unfortunate. I'll get into that more later, but that's that scene. Then we have Chloe and Rob. Rob's actually on the phone with Chloe. Now, I'm wondering if he really knows that she's filming. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, and she might have, hey, Rob, I'm filming. I'm going to record you. You're on the phone. So this is their way to get him back into the show. So one, they're talking about Dream's birthday. Beautiful thing. Two, she talks about she don't have a relationship with Rob's ex, Blac Chyna. Of course you don't, because she sued y'all because of the show, and y'all had already knew to have the show wasn't a healthy situation because of what the mom said. I already did videos on that. The mom had said how Rob was talking about Blac Chyna, how he was dogging her, disrespecting her. We saw, and if you don't know, look at the transcripts of what Rob did, what Rob was talking about. They tried to pin everything on Blac Chyna and the mom. For most of us that got the transcripts, I still got a lot of that stuff. For most of us that just still got the transcripts, they didn't want the cameras in there because it would have made Rob look bad. They didn't want the real media in there because it would have made Rob look bad. So I don't know if Blac Chyna is still appealing. So Chloe still wants to talk about how she's suing them. The show should have never aired because remember how Kendall was like, what are y'all talking about a show? It's already unhealthy. Why would y'all put a camera in their face? They need to be in counseling. They don't need to be together. They don't need to be filming. They need to be focused on their health and their mental health. So Kendall was going in on the family, but the family didn't care. They just wanted the money. They wanted the bag. Then, of course, once Blac Chyna and Rob broke up, then it was okay. She lost a lot of endorsements. So then allegedly the suit was, they were trying to figure out what Blac Chyna made. Well, did you really lose money? Of course, she had to do what she had to do because she had to pay all those lawyers. So let's get to it. In the transcripts, it talked about the text messages. It talked about how, remember how Blac Chyna mom was always telling us everything. We pretty much knew what was going on. We understand. People go through things, but that was an unhealthy situationship. So we never know if the show was trying to make Blac Chyna look bad and how they cut it up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful watching that because that could have been cut up to make her not look good because already the court case didn't make her look good. They made sure no matter what the mom, Blac Chyna mom was going to do, they were going to make sure she wasn't in the courtroom, period. Because they didn't want the media in there, they didn't want the TVs in there, and they was going to do whatever they had to do to get the mom out of there because she would have told us everything, period. Like I said, don't know if they're going to appeal it. So, okay, so y'all caught up. We understand that Scott is defending Chloe of how great she is with Dream. That's a beautiful thing. Don't get it wrong. But the biggest thing is Scott and Courtney take care of their own kids. You understand the difference? So as Scott is speaking up on Chloe's behalf, he almost making Rob look bad. You understand what I'm saying? They don't think we see that. Rob should be more instrumental in his daughter's life. That's great that Chloe's there to help. We know Chloe and Rob has always been very close. Chloe has a weird relationship with Rob. Chloe has a weird relationship with Scott. Chloe has a weird relationship with Tristan. Let's be very clear about that. So, for them to have the situationship, how Chloe tries to shade Black China, I would send a cease and desist to them too. This is not legal advice. Kanye need to send a cease and desist. Uh, Ray J needs to send a cease and desist. Black China need to send them a cease and desist. Anybody that's on the show, and I'm gonna get to they was also on a call with Babyface. Now I'm wondering if he knew he was on a phone call and being taped as well. He might need to send him a cease and desist too. Okay, so they're talking about her party, what she wants, what she needs. He's talking about getting her hair and nails done. And then Chloe's, of course, going to help him plan everything. So that's not the biggest thing. Chloe loves throwing shade at Black China. Chloe loves throwing shade back in the day at Jordan. Chloe loves throwing shade to anybody that's not kissing her behind, basically. So, okay, what else? They talk about having an album. Girl, please. So they got a lady that's helping them sing. Horrible. That's what auto-tune's for. That's what the correction of the music is for. They're using Travis to help them with this album. Why are they doing an album? Because they want to be in rooms that they're not in right now. Of course, Beyonce's doing extremely well with her tour. Of course, Rihanna gets a lot of praise in regards to her music. So anything that anybody's getting a lot of praise in, that's what they're going to try and fit themselves into. So that way they could try and go to awards ceremonies because they're not invited to that. Fashion shows, yeah, some of them. But did you notice Kim's not invited to, allegedly, a lot of fashion shows like she was last year? Black China covered she covered a lot of fashion for Fashion Week. So Kim went to the Dolce & Gabbana. So with Kanye's situation, it might have affected Kim's businesses with some of the stylists. And they may not want their name attached to Kim, but everything that's going on with Kim and Kanye. Okay, so there's that. I don't really normally write notes, but I had to because the show was really funny. But yeah, Travis is working with them in regards to the album. Horrible singing. I don't know why they playing, but you notice in the show the mom keeps talking about charting. She wants to get that media attention, and she wants to chart like a Beyonce. She wants to chart like a Taylor Swift. She wants to chart like a Rihanna. So weird and cringy. Weird. And then she keep talking about she 40. Okay. Yep. Okay. What's the other thing? But yeah, Kim calls Babyface. What should I sing? What should I do? Oh yeah, I'm gonna help you. Blah 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 blah. Using people for their storylines. Okay. What else? And you could tell that sometimes when the K's and the J's do media and they're sitting down doing interviews, you could tell they got cues on the side so they know and they remember what to talk about. If you haven't ever noticed that, look at Kim when she do interviews. Look at Kim when she's talking. She always has like cues on the side. She stops and she looks at them to stay on topic. Let me see what else is going on. Okay, so they also talk about media quotes. Oh, this person said that, real or fake. Oh, the men of our relationships, we messed up their careers. So they're using Scott as a storyline to talk to Kim and Chloe. I told y'all that. They're using him. So they're sitting up talking about how the media is always talking about how guys' careers are messed up. And oh, this person. And then they have Scott saying, no, we're fine. I was the one that messed up. Playing him. We know the truth. We see it. They talk about good vibes, bad vibes. They talk about, there was a guy that did a video. A lot of people probably didn't want to utilize it. It's already out there. There was a guy that did a video in regards to the ancestors and what the ancestors allowed for the K's and the J's to be successful. If you know what I'm talking about, hit 1. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up, hit 2. And it's basically talking about that's why the Kardashians allegedly are so famous and well off is because the ancestor gave up whatever. You got to look it up. Interesting. But they don't like that the good vibe, bad vibe comment is out there. They trying to normalize anything that don't make them look good. So Kim trying to normalize the tape. She got her back blown out. Not a good thing. Shouldn't let your daughter do that. Mothers teach your daughters different. Trying to normalize and say who they date don't affect these guys' lives. We know it do. We already see it. So that's not even alleged. We see what happened to Kanye. We see what happened to Tristan. We see what happened to Chris Humphries. We see what happened to Ben Simmons. We see what happened to Blake Griffin. We see what happened to like 5 to 8 guys. So, okay. But then they trying to make Scott say to the camera, oh, I'm good. That's not true. False. Okay. So they trying to normalize everything that we see that's don't seem good. So they using the show to try and clear up a lot of rumors. That's another thing. So let me see what else is going on. The album stuff, they using Travis to help them. They singing, they have a coach. And then the biggest thing, he brings them, Courtney brings them the audio of how they did. And they were like, oh, that's horrible. He said, now that we have it mixed, y'all can go back in and fix y'all parts. They need to. So let's see how that goes in regards to them trying to get into rooms. That's what that's all about. And then Kendall says she could really sing. Very, very small Kendall appearance. Very small Kylie appearance. Because we not sitting here talk about Travis. We don't sit here talk about Kendall's exes. We don't sit here and talk about really Kylie exes. That's all interesting. So then let's go to what else? I'm trying to flip through because I know there was another part. Yeah, as soon as Travis was talking about his tour, that's what I was going to talk about. As soon as Travis started talking about his tour and how excited he is and how Courtney is, we got to make sure we get all this done because he's supposed to be focusing on that. Then Kim chimes in. See how anybody talks about what great things they're doing? Kim chimes in. Notice that over the last 3-4 seasons, somebody's talking, they talking great stuff. They talk about accomplishment. Kim always trying to chime in and talk about herself. She loved talk about herself. People keep asking, is she okay? Okay, so he's talking about her tour, and then Kim is pranking the mom, talk about Bachelorette. And many people were talking about that. They was like, okay, so it is fake. She's not going on a Bachelorette. It's a good thing because they wouldn't be able to control that narrative. They would want to try, but they couldn't control that narrative. And the guys might say stuff about Kim that she wouldn't want out there. So there they go again, using somebody for their storyline. A major company trying to add them to their storyline, which I'm wondering how the Bachelorette feels about that. So at first she was like, well, I didn't know if I was going to do it. I was waiting for a response, and then I decided to do it. So it was a prank. And then the guy talked to the mom, and the guy was like, yeah, we got everything. 80 to 90% we're done. We're trying to figure everything out. She was like, what's the budget? I'll get back with you. And then, of course, Kim says, Mom, we pranking you. And she was like, good, because I wasn't going to let you do that anyway. And then Chloe was kind of like, yeah, you don't need to be doing that. Your mom can't control the narrative. Ain't no telling. The people hook up on the show, and you're not going to want to be around people in regards to the emotions. She said, you're too big. You're bigger than that. So, okay, so they talk about the album. They're sitting down, and then Kim's talk about that, and actually Corey is actually there filming with them, and they playing the clip. Yeah, so that's the end. So Kim pranked the mom. She's not going on the Bachelorette, which is a good thing, but she's utilizing a company, famous company, that's trending. So weird. I think that's everything. Let me know in the comments, did you like the show, watch the show? Do you watch our recaps review? Are the K's and the J's losing relevancy? Do people watch it just to shade or drag? And do you think that Kim loves talking about herself? Do you think that the mom feeds into Kim's situationships? Do you think that they have unhealthy relationships and they're trying to normalize all the unhealthy situations? And do you think they use the show to clear up a lot of rumors and talk about their brands? And then we do have a small clip of Tristan talking about how grateful he is for the K's and the J's. I already told y'all it's sad that Scott lost his mom. 1, lost his dad. 2, Kanye lost his mom. 3, and Tristan now lost his mom. So a lot of the kids only has Chris as the grandma. Holly weird, Holly weird. You already know what I'm talking about. So she loves that Tristan comes to her. She loves that Scott comes to her. She loved when Kanye used to come to her, but now Kanye then broke that cycle. He now married, doing good. So everybody was like, Travis, step away, allegedly. Travis, get away. Travis, Travis, Travis. And remember how Snoop Dogg was like, yeah, Travis, don't be sipping no tea. Don't be sipping no this. Don't be sipping no that. And then, of course, they had Snoop do one of their campaigns. Because whenever, allegedly, when people drag them and really drag them, they try and make you work for them at a later date. So well wishes. They have a lot of media on their side, but a lot of us be calling out the BS. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you watched the show at all.